Here is everything you're going to need for the duplicate stitch. You'll need a piece of knit fabric in stockinette stitch. You will also need a yarn needle and scissors, and then whatever colors you're going to use for your duplicate stitching, and a graph or at least a plan of what design you're going to do. This graph is available for free on my website. You can go ahead and download it to follow along during the video. So I just went ahead and knit up this square so that I can start working from it right away. So the first thing you're going to do is take your first color. I am going to start at the bottom and work up kind of like this. And I'm going to do each cherry separately, each line of the green separately, and then all of the green together when I get to the top. So I'm going to start by cutting a length of the red yarn. There's no perfect science and you can always attach more and add later, but here is kind of a good amount of yarn to start with, and I'm going to thread my needle. So across the bottom here I have 20 stitches, which is just the same as what I have in this graph. The basic way a duplicate stitch works is that you're going to kind of trace over one of these little V's on the stockinette to make a design. Each one of these stitches correlates with one of the squares on this graph. So I know that I gave myself one extra row at the bottom and the top so that the cherry has a little bit of breathing room. So I'm going to count up one row, so that is equivalent to this stitch, and then I'm going to count over 2. 1, 2, and if you look at this stitch right here, you can see that it consists of kind of a loop that goes around back here. You're going to stick your needle from back to front through the bottom of this V. So I'm going to go in right here and pull through and leave a nice long tail on the other side. I'm just going to go under the 2 legs of the stitch right above, go across, and then go back down into the same spot that you came out of. And then if you look at the graph, that is equivalent to this stitch right here. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 more stitches across going this way. So for the next stitch, I'm just going to go right into the bottom of the V next to this stitch, and then do the same thing where I go across under these 2 legs, pull that through, and then back down through this bottom stitch, and then repeat. Once you get comfy, if you want to speed up a little bit, you can go back through this stitch and then right out the next one, all in one move, instead of having to pull it back and then pull it forward. So I have finished the first row. Here's what it looks like. And now for the second row, I'm going to go up 1 and over 1, and then just do the same thing, but this time working from right to left instead of left to right. So I'm going to go through the stitch this way, and then go through this stitch this way. And just repeat that all the way for the rest of this cherry. For these white highlights on the cherry, I just skipped over 1 stitch. The cherries are done, and now I'm going to move on to the stems. I've already cut a piece of yarn. I'm going to count in 3, 1, 2, 3, and place my first duplicate stitch there. So we have 1, 2, 3, and just follow the same pattern all the way through. And that is it. I used this same design in my Intarsia tutorial, so you can go check that out if you want to see the difference in the end result of the different color work methods. Feel free to use this design on any of your pieces. Just make sure to tag me and give me credit because I love seeing what you make. If you liked this video and want to see what else I'm up to, you can follow me on Instagram or TikTok, and subscribe to my Patreon. There are several exclusive videos and exclusive colorwork charts on there that will not be posted anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching. That is all I have for you, and have a great rest of your day.